I will demonstrate how to install the Materium system on an Ender-3 V3KE. Make sure your Ender-3 V3KE is already functioning and working, and test them by printing these parts. You might notice that these parts are aligned in such a way to test your comprehension with the bed leveling system in Ender-3 V3KE, or the KE just for short. After you get the parts, you can turn the printer off, set aside, and unbox your Materium for Ender-3 KE. Inside you will find a Materium, 4 M3x8 screws, and a heatsink, and a clear window for Materium. First, take off the sticker of the heatsink and install them in your X-axis motor. Just like so. Next, you need 2 Allen key, one for M3 and the other one for M2.5, or the size just below M3. Next, we're going to disassemble the extruder of the KE up until just the linear guides remain. Let's do that. First, take off whatever filament. We take off the strain relief for the ribbon cable. Set whatever screws that you detach from the printer in a place for easy storage later. We open the cover. Take off the cover, take off the 2 fan cable from the side. Unscrew the 4 mounting screws for the motor and take off the cable from the side and take the motor up top. Next, we take off all the cables and unscrew the hot end. Next, we unscrew the tool board. Once the tool board is loose, detach the ribbon cable by pulling on these 2 hooks. We want to take off the BL Touch mounted below. For ease, you might want to raise the Z-axis so that the Allen key would fit. These are the things that will be reused in Materium. Take off the cable. Next, we're going to loosen the belt. But before that, feel the tension of the belt because you will be retensioning this. Let's loosen the belts. It's okay to take this off. Now that the belts are loose, we can remove them. So you get 2 of the ends hanging like this. And lastly, we'll take off the plate. After you disassemble the machine into this state, we're ready to install Materium. First, take off all 4 screws to open the electronic case. And then, lay the Materium like this to install the previous sear touch that we took. We will align the sear touch and attach the cable. Please note the orientation. And then we're gonna align it like this. And we use the 2 original screws to mount it on the metal bracket. This is what it's gonna look like. Please note that this loop is here for a reason. Don't pull or try to jumble this loop inside. Next, we're going to mount it on the printer. This might be the most challenging part. We're going to attach these ends, these belt ends, onto the 2 hooks here, just like in the original plate. It might help to use some tools. We want it all the way down. And align it so that these hooks faces out like this. We're gonna do the next side. We're gonna do this by holding Materium with your hand and resting the plate on top of the linear rail so it doesn't get too heavy. It might help to open one idler in the end to help loosen the belt because now it's quite short. Once this is done, you want to mount the plate onto the linear rail block. Use the supplied screws to do this. And then we can put back the electronics cover. The one with the bigger taper faces down, like so. Don't forget to tighten all the 4 linear block screws. We don't want this to be loose. And then we reinstall back the pulleys from the X-axis. And then we're going to install the belt tensioner back. This tab faces backward, like this. Now, this is the part where you tighten the belt and match it with your memory. So this is still very loose. There, we have a tight belt. Don't over tighten this. And then we're gonna feel how it goes from end to end. Make sure that the end stop hits properly. You're gonna hear a click. Now we're facing the printer from the back side. Open the hooks and get the AC cable ready. Make loose the terminal screws in the back. Fasten the screws properly. If the fastening is correct, you can try wiggling this violently to test the rigidity of the installation. We're taking the original ribbon cable with the tab facing back or facing us at this point, like so. Install it to the top. Now that we have two cables running from the tool head, we're going to make them tidy by using these printed clips we printed earlier. Insert it on the AC power cable like this, and then the ribbon cable. So you get this. We've basically completed Materium installation for Ender-3 KE. The last thing you printed that wasn't used yet was this PCO funnel. You can use a soda bottle to screw this in to put the material into the extruder. You can also mount it on the sides like so. Whether you install the material funnel from the side or the front, don't forget to install these clear cases so whenever you're loading the material, it doesn't spew out everywhere. Either you've completed the hardware first or the software first, you can find the full guide at wiki.metafuse.tech.